This is freaky, and I really mean it. So you're going to want to stay tuned and watch this video, because this video we're going to be discussing, oh no, Mr. Prospect, this question that a lot of you guys and gals are saying to your potential customers. Do you want to buy what I have to offer? So is this something you want to do? Those are the questions you do not want to ask, and here is why. Hey, Mr. Prospect, how's it going? This is my products. This is my services. First of all, we went through a battle, and you guys know, because we talk a lot on the board here, about how to lock and engage with your potential customers. See, a lot of people are having issues locking and engaging with their potential customers because they haven't acquired the skills to sell these people yet. And what do I mean by sell them? You see, selling is all about baby steps. You have to sell them on each step along the way in the sales process to ultimately get to the sale. What does that mean? Well, when we're knocking on doors, we have some pros and cons to door knocking. And let's discuss a little bit about these. You see, the pros of door knocking is, one, if you screw up on this door, meaning you and forget what you're about to say, let's think about it for a second. What do? You can, fight and try to get this person's business, or you can just head to the next door if they reject you and move you forward. You can square up, start from the beginning again and say, oh, hi, Mr. Prospect, are you the owner? And you can talk to the next person. But here's what gets scary. A lot of you guys and gals who are on my more advanced trainings, either you're a door-to-door mastery member, have been telling me, Paul, your trainings have been awesome, everything's good. And I started watching the videos where you talk about being assumptive. You have to be assumptive in your close. That's right. You have to. And here's why. Nobody wants to just end up with a binary answer when you're talking, a binary question. Nobody's going to buy from you if you're asking based on a binary question. What does that mean? See, binary means, two options, yes, no answer, for example. So if, let's just say, you're at a customer's property and you're inside the house and you're doing a demonstration, a presentation, and you bring up the binary question of, so is this something you want to do? What do they have to say? One of two things, yes or no. And do you think the majority of people these days especially are confident just saying yes when you haven't done a powerful enough presentation to get your products and services something that they absolutely want, absolutely need? You see, you get better over time at each of the steps throughout the process. I'm talking about your opener pitch, where you start to talk to your potential customers like, hey, you're the owner of the property. I now got your attention because X, Y, Z. And then two, you start transitioning into the property or, even perhaps around back, anywhere that's outside of the typical comfort zone of your potential, just opening the door and being able to say, I'm not interested. Is this something you'd be interested in? Binary question. We do not want binary questions. Instead, we want to be assumptive. So, Mr. Prospect, since we're going to be doing 7 of your other neighbors, what would be a best time for you? Tomorrow at 3 o'clock? Tomorrow at 5 o'clock? And I have tomorrow at 7. What time would be best for my technician to actually show up at your door? Oh, hold on a second here. So I'm getting this? Well, the majority of people obviously do decide, after explaining what I have to offer, they pretty much need to only decide what time they want the installation to show up, the installing tech, the whatever it is you sell, the delivery truck to show up at your door. Those of you who are selling meat, by the way, our delivery trucks are going to be up and down the streets here tomorrow and Wednesday. Wednesday's already booked, so I do have as quick as tomorrow. And the reason why is because 3 of your neighbors up the street have actually decided that they were going to get scheduled in on the following week. Why? Because of XYZ. Everything has to make sense. Now, being that that's the case, what time works for you tomorrow? You see, you got to not give a binary question so that they can just say no. You're going to have to get assumptive. But you see, the majority of people say, and I'm saying majority, and I'm saying the mass majority of people say, Paul, I do that. In my closing pitch, I actually say, you know what? So what time would be best for you? Not even is this something you want to do. The majority of people say, yeah, so what time works for you? But I don't get them to tell me, 3 o'clock. Well, you see, again, if you're not taking the steps and you're trying to rush through the whole process, if you're not taking your time in your opener pitch, if you're not brewing up yeses throughout your pitch, if you're not building up what we call value, if you're not building up enough value, right, in your pitch, if you're not getting those little wins in your pitch. When it comes to closing and you're assumptive, not even assumptive, being assumptive will work. And I did have this issue when I first got started. I'm not saying, nobody except you goes through this. We all do. I mean, getting good at sales requires a ton of stuff. And there's no reason why salespeople are the highest paid earners of almost any industry, any type of typical job. You could technically go and work for somebody and make millions of dollars. I really mean that. A lot of people, and depending what you sell, are making millions of dollars doing sales, be it real estate, be it solar, be it alarms, be it Grant Cardone's training programs, you name it. You see a lot of these people who are making millions of dollars doing sales. Now, why do people make a lot of money in sales? Well, because number one, it's not easy to the point where just the average Joe Schmo can come in and, script a line and all of a sudden, they're making sales. They're making sales like the top elite salespeople in the industry. You got to learn these things. When I bring these videos to you, it's brought to you because on the spot and from the now over 12,000 people who I'm coaching and training into becoming a better door-to-door salesperson, it's a multitude of many different things. And one major thing that I've noticed from going through a lot of people's pitches is that assumptiveness. It's a scary place to be. If you're not being assumptive and you're just going in saying, so is this something you want to do? You could have spent a half an hour all the way up to the close only to lose it because of that. And again, because you're not doing a strong enough presentation to start and building that value to where they absolutely want it. See, everything I teach, and especially my mastery program when open and made available, you guys, it's all about getting you guys the knowledge and understanding all the steps along the way to where you become good at each of these steps, all the fundamental blocks to becoming a salesperson. Could you do it without the program? Absolutely. I personally believe a lot of you guys and gals can learn this stuff on your own. But the problem is, how long does it take to learn? If there's a mentor out there in whatever it is you want to master, and I assume you're on this channel, and assuming makes an ASS out of you and me, of course, but I'm assuming you're at least in sales. That's really, really good to say my avatar of a person who's watching this video like yourself is into sales, and the mass majority are doing cold calling, picking up the phone telemarketing. Mass majority of are knocking on doors. It's a different sale. It's not like a retail environment where somebody's coming in. And by the way, I'm totally against retail. I'm not for retail. You couldn't pay me enough to do retail. So understand, okay? You cannot give a binary question for a close. You absolutely have to go with something such as being assumptive and assuming that they already want it. And when you do, and you have it backed up by an awesome pitch from the start, you will start to close more sales selling door to door. Now, as always, if you found this video useful, hit the subscribe button. But these days, it's not enough to hit the subscribe button. I need you to smash that notification button because you ain't gonna get notified every time these videos come out. We are committed now to releasing these videos every single Friday. And I do want to get into where I do multiple throughout the week, helping you guys on sales in general, but then also on Mondays, teaching you about the actual door knocking. If you like that idea, please don't forget, and you made it this far, please don't forget to drop me a comment. That really means a lot to me. Honestly, from the bottom of my family's heart to yours, today marks a very, very big, a very big line in my family and my team's career. I'm headed to dinner with Stanley Black & Decker, which a lot of you know. We secured a very such a wonderful agreement with them where we are now an exclusive provider for them in our software company, philquick.com. And we're brewing out and building stuff that when I knocked on that first door, I had a vision. I had a vision that I knew that someday, somehow, in some way, I would make it in this industry and I would make it big. And there were a lot of people who actually discredited that, a lot being family, but I knew for certain that if I just stuck in with it and I fought through the hardest of times, which is the beginning of learning this actual door knocking ways, It would teach me how to sell anything in any environment at any time and always be able to feed my family and so much more. I live a debt-free lifestyle and I want the exact same for you. If you found this video helpful, once again, please, all I ask from the bottom of my heart is you actually smash that subscribe button, notifications. That's if you want to receive more of these training tutorial videos teaching you these things. And on top of it, don't forget, there's a link in the description to all our social media, but also a link to my free video series where I'm going to teach, coach, train, mentor you in a 3 free video program where you'll actually get to see me training and talking with other like-minded sales individuals, teaching you the full process from A to Z on how to close more deals at the doors. Thank you very much. God bless, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Take care. Peace.